Hey folks, Dave here, and welcome to a new Let's Build project here in Fallout 4. Today we're going to start things out a little bit differently for a new project though. I'm actually starting at one of my old settlement builds from just back in December. I'm in my personal general's train car at my custom Bedford Station settlement. If you missed out on that tour, as always the link is in the description. We're starting here at Bedford Station because the settlement where we're going to be building today is just down the road and plays an important part in its location. One of the functions of Bedford Station, in my own personal RangerDave lore, is transporting supplies from the quarry just down the road to the train here and then to all of the connected Minutemen settlements. You guys will remember that I actually built a massive battle train as part of my lore here. I'm going to grab my truck and let's go take over the quarry as part of a custom settlement mod available on the Nexus. And let's add it to my Minutemen Empire. The purpose of this quarry, again, is to mine supplies for building my settlements. I'm actually not sure how this quest is going to begin, so let's just roll right up and see what's going on. This thing turns on a dime. Wonky, but hey, it's a drivable truck in Fallout. Can't complain too much. Yep, we got guards there in the tower. Hop out. There we go, guys. I had to relaunch the game real quick. I forgot to actually install the mod. Downloaded it, launched the game, recorded the intro, forgot to install. Here we go. Start transmission. We've got a call for a new raider group that is set up at Thicket Excavations. End them is the request, and payment is implied. Job of a lifetime. Alright. Color me intrigued. Started. Thicket Executions. Okay, that's clever. In true Fallout fashion, that explosion on the turret glitched that guy right through the wall. So they have some level 1s here still, so they're not too dangerous. Just dispatch them quickly. While I'm massacring raiders to get us established here, guys, don't forget, in case you somehow missed it, my channel has been rebranded from Evil Viking 13 at long last, and RangerDave is officially the new brand for the channel going forward. And to celebrate that, me and Joel and the rest of the Casual Shenanigans crew finished a RangerDave short film. And if you missed out on that, hit the link in the description, or once again, that card on the screen to go check it out. And you might just see RangerDave as a Easter egg, or perhaps a larger part of a future settlement build. That's all I'm going to say about that for now. Where'd he go? There you are. Good hit, but no kill. There we go, right in the face. Let's see. Did one of those guys have a Mosin? They did. I'm just gonna borrow that real quick. I'm carrying 5 M14s. I think I forgot to drop those off at a settlement. Oh, that's a legendary. Look at you. There you are.
Asshole! Just get
This Mosin is beautifully animated. Oh, look at all these guys. Gotta love those iron sights. Steadfast Advanced Combat Shotgun. Don't mind if I do. And my armor is amazing. I have full health still. Hear that train whistle. I missed that gun. That's the next one that I want, guys. I'm just gonna keep taking their weapons. Whoa! Someone's got a fat man.
I'm just getting started.
It's a caravan shotgun. Don't you run up on me. Oh, nice ambush. I'm worried about that fat man now. Oh, wow, there's a lot of guys here.
This ain't personal.
Give me that steam rifle. Who's got it? Is it you? Come on, before the fat man fires again. Thick way rifle. Ooh. The thicker that spurt. This is just a true massacre still. Need to drop some weapons though. Let's sort by weight. I still haven't ranked up yet. That was a while ago. That's fine. Yeah, that shotgun is pretty heavy. I gotta come back for these M14s, but I'll drop a few for now. Where's that railway rifle? Thickway rifle. Oh right, it shoots 2 spikes at once. It's got like cryo tubes. Well, this thing is overpowered. Then again, these guys are so low rank. So many grenades, guys. Could you just not? That whistle. Oh, head spiked to the wall. Who does that leave? Anybody? Fix note 2. Carter Mason, he already got word of where we are. We just got here, informing the group. No one will get past us. So I gotta find him still? There's the workshop. There's his note number 1. Found a new place to settle right next to Concord and some other settlements. Make it easy to raid since they are just a short walk away. I guess he's just talking about here at Thicket Excavations. I haven't seen him anywhere. Alright, well for now, let's go ahead and start building, and we'll hunt down Mr. What's his name? I've already forgotten his name. Just read the note. We'll hunt him down in the next Let's Build episode, because there are going to be probably a good number for this settlement. This is going to be where the Minutemen perform a lot of their manual labor. It's where we mine materials for working on our other settlements, and where we keep our prisoners, both political and otherwise, occupied. So in the next part, we'll do some more fighting. For now, I think that's enough of massacre. Who's still shooting, though? Let's see. What's our build area? I actually don't see... Oh, there's the border way up there. Oh, wow. So we've got a pretty good amount of build space. Let's not move the generator. Oh, there's our bad guy right there. Don't think that's our target. What do we got here? Most Nagant. Thank you for the ammo. Here's how this settlement is going to work, guys. Like I said, it's going to be a work camp, so it's going to be divided into 2 tiers. I'm imagining almost like a sci-fi prison camp for the lower levels. I think all the raider stuff down there, a lot of that we can reuse. I think it'll complement what I've got in mind. But there's going to be a couple of different tiers, and I think everything from like right here down is going to be the prisoner area. So we'll ship them in on the train for, let's say, like a week of working in the prison before they're sent back and the next group is brought in. So they'll actually live down here. And this is probably going to be one of the more 1984 themed builds I'm going to be doing for the Minutemen. This one won't have the happier elements that Sanctuary had. This one's basically going to be where all the troublemakers go, and it's going to be pretty grim. So let's get started. As part of that, one of the core elements is going to be the division between the guard area up here on the upper ramp and the lower prisoner area. Let's go ahead and scrap a whole bunch of that. Turn on extra object selection for place everywhere. Clean up some of this trash. Oh, can we actually edit those blocks? Ooh, too much power. Too much power, guys. Let's turn that off for now. No smoking. Everybody loves a surgeon. I'm just going to clean up a bit over here, because if this is our pumping station, that is important for making sure that our political prisoners and captured raiders don't drown while they're working. So this is going to be one of our lower guard shacks, and we're going to get a wall going, but first, yeah, we need some scrap to build a generator. There we go. I think we found enough loot to get a small generator going. So what we need is to get our first settler. Well, guys, that took a lot of looting, but as you can see, I finally have my first settler and my bell here. And way down here in the shadows, I've got my recruitment beacon and a little power generator and 2 beds, the first items in the settlement. So the first thing I'm going to do with this guy, give him a good old-fashioned welcome and tell him to go away. And get a supply run going to, let's say, Covenant. And there we have it. There's our resources. I'm still quite low on steel, though. Okay. Now, guys, before we get building today, I just want to remind you that the building does take a long time for larger builds like this, so we're going to start out pretty simply. We're going to block things out, as it's called, in level design. I'm going to place down the foundations of big structures, make additional plans for the settlement beyond the ones that I already have in my notes here. But we're not going to have hyper detailing just yet because, again, this is going to be a big one. So today, let's work on laying out some of the security fences that will divide the work area from the upper Minutemen and guard area. Lay out some guard towers, again, those dividing fences, and maybe look at some of the guard shacks. So let's use the nice new Covenant walls for the first time in a long time. I mean, this is a quarry after all. If we're going to have some nice walls, it would be at the quarry. The retaining wall, that looks pretty cool. I use these at Sanctuary. Yeah, I tell you what, guys. I think the Covenant walls would work, but these more natural stone-looking ones really fit the bill. Where's the crease in that rock? Can't find it. There it is. Now I'll just add my own custom barbed wire on top of it. So those are the bottom pieces back here. That's way too big. Can I use this end cap? I can glitch it into place. Hey, our second settler. I'm actually going to send you to Bunker Hill for no particular reason, guys. Nothing to see at Bunker Hill at all. Okay, retaining wall. I'll just turn snapping off because I'm using the wrong corner piece to get this corner going. I'm gonna scoot these over some. I moved the terrain by accident. I'll show you guys what I'm doing here in a second with this wall piece. Okay. Turn snapping back on. And object collision off. And I'm basically making a two-layer wall here because I didn't want these railings to be on the inside of the wall because they would make pretty good handholds for climbing the wall. So I'm just going to have them hidden inside of the concrete or the stone here. Oops, that's the curved piece. Okay, I'm gonna have to be really careful when working around these stone pieces because it's wanting to select them like every other time. So if the prisoner area is going to be down below, and these walls are going to go all the way up here and make sure there's no areas where they can climb. I'm going to do the same kind of thing, like block off this elevator tower covered in barbed wire, possibly. Really make it like a Chronicles of Riddick prison scenario here. Of course, that example may be completely off. I haven't seen that movie in a very long time. Do we have a half piece we can use? Yes, we do. Should I use 2 half pieces? Nah, that looks too much like it's just clipping through. I'll use chain link fence and hang it way over the edge, where no one would dare try and climb over or under it. So there's piece number 1. And I'll do piece number 2 on top of that. So basically, if you try and climb the chain link, it just folds down and you fall. Not to mention the guard booths manned at all times on the other side here. I think I'll probably put some spikes and stuff back here too. But let's go ahead and run the chain link around the tops here to give it that true prison feel. Got a half piece for over here. That lined up quite nicely. Of course, we're going to have turrets and guard towers all along this wall. This is going to be a pretty awful place to work. Oh, failed a quest to defend Dalton Farm. Oh man, I never make it back to help settlements. I'm always building somewhere else. With the amount of turrets and defenses I give those places, there's just no excuses, guys. So that's how the fencing is going to work here. Well, I'm glad I quick saved because while trying to select the defenses, my game crashed. I hear gunshots, so maybe that was the cause. It was spawning in enemies somewhere. What was I doing? Looking for the guard towers. And these, how do you pronounce that? Quinset huts, I believe? They're going to be perfect for our guard quarters, but I'm not sure if they're going to fit down here. First, though, check out this guard tower. I want this one to be right on the end of the fence. And you're going to go under it as you're marching down into the prisoner area. And the only question is, would that affect my ability to get stones through there? That might be a little bit too low. So I'm going to actually raise this tower up. And we're going to do it like this, guys. Improvised picnic table. That's really cool. Oh man. What I'm going to do here, and this is actually perfect, these dragon teeth, is raise this tower up so that our prisoners can actually bring larger stones up from the quarry. Just going to make that a few times bigger. Whoever's in that tower has got to have a strong stomach. So if you guys want to have a really, really tall tower, and you have this sandbag mod and place everywhere, a little bit of resizing there appears to do a nice job of making some tower supports. I gotta see what it's like from up top. Woo! That is quite the drop. I like the binoculars. That's a good touch. Basically, though, guys, that gives the tower a direct line of sight at the top of the ramp and down below, although it's probably kind of hard to aim like straight down, which is why we're going to have additional towers that are going to be near the gate itself. Again, this build is probably going to be a little bit of a larger one. I am working on some smaller ones, so I'll work on this one for a while with you guys in the Let's Build series. Resize that one again. That's just a really, really cool tower. Let's take the wooden platform like this. Oh, that does not work well. It needs some legs. Let's give it some legs. Actually, this works out right here. Ha! Now that is a tower and a half. Is this starting to look dystopian yet, guys? I don't know if I can fit another tower from that preset down here, but I just love that you have to march in past this tower, right underneath of it, to get to the mines. I'm just going to resize that bit of debris. The Minutemen would have definitely cleaned up the ramp a bit for getting some of those larger blocks out to like Sanctuary and stuff like that. Actually, we might have room for another tower like that. I'm going to be paranoid now after that crash. Let's quick save again. Whew. Okay, I was pretty convinced that the game was locked up there. I've been getting some save crashes recently, and I think it's because of these settlement locations that aren't official. There's just a little bit of wonk going on in my save file finally after 2.5 years. I can't complain too much. I've pushed this game so hard, and for the most part, it's cooperated. Okay, let's get back to building. I don't think the guard barracks would be actually down there, that close to the gate. So perhaps I'll put one of these huts up top for the guards' actual sleeping quarters. I love the work that Bethesda did here at the quarry is pretty awesome. I love the tarps hanging off of that shack, which is hanging off of the cliff. I'm going to have to find some cool use for that up there. We've got quite a lot of build bar left even before I unlock the limit, so this guy could be the limit here, guys. That hut is just huge. Yeah, okay, it does not fit up here at all. So maybe we won't actually use those huts, but I do like the idea of one of the barracks buildings being up here. We'll come back to it. I might use the brick buildings from snappy builds instead. Now, as for this guard tower, yeah, we're not going to use the preset for this one, guys. Instead, I'm going to go to one of my favorite styles of towers from the recently updated Snap-in build, which you can find to download on, I think, Xbox and PC once again. PC for sure, because here it is. And I'm going to use it to build my own style tower, like I did at my Sanctuary rebuild. Just trying to figure out where I want to put it. Again, I feel like it makes the most sense for our space to have people walking under it. Odd, but I think it works. Yeah, that's plenty of room. Store that stuff in the workshop. I also didn't want to block this cool looking light thing here. Leave that as it is. Industrial bridges. That could kind of be cool. A little capsule guard tower. He's just a little guy. Alright, let's play with this design a bit, guys. Let me go into free cam here and see how this looks. It's a unique look for sure. I kind of want to try it, although it's definitely not aligned. Let's not worry about putting doors on it, seeing they're not really fitting. I'm going to scale it up 1 unit so I can put the legs on the tops of the beams like this. We're going to put sandbags inside of it. Once we figure out a way to get up there, that is. Let's go back to our wooden supports. Nothing really useful in the floors. Oh, my steel supply went up thanks to that connection to Bunker Hill. That'll save me a trip back to Diamond City for sure. Okay, that's kind of working. I like that. Still a pretty terrifying tower, if you ask me. Let's take one of these ramp pieces. Scoot that out just a bit. Not the glass ramps, just these right here. Now we've got ourselves a guard tower that looks down directly over the entrance to the work area. And a unique looking one for sure. Okay, let's look at defenses. Get some of those sandbags, just the small ones. Sandbag pillar. Sandbag cover. How tall is that? That's really tall. Do we have a low sandbag option? Guard post chair. I'll just shrink it down some. 2 units ought to do it. So you can still kind of look down. And for this side, I think I'll leave it... No, not open because attacks could come from the outside. We'll put sandbags here as well. That's looking pretty good. Just need some more settlers to show up and then you start trying some of these towers out. I might add an additional brace to hold that in place. But I like where that's going. The real question is going to be, how are we going to tidy this shack up? It's pretty trashy. Let's save again. Well guys, with all of that fighting at the start, we're low on time. So just to finish things off for today, I've gone up to our flat spot again. Been thinking over what I want to do with it, and I do think that shell kit right here with the brick walls could be a good use of the location. So, let's start with some shell kit floors. Just to give us a template for snapping, I might use a different floor down the road here. Oh. Turn off surface snapping there. Get it to cooperate. I'm not sure how big this building really needs to be. Let's just start by looking at our pieces here. Not going to use any of the fancy ones. Beyond perhaps the initial doorway. Oh, that's an angled door. That would actually be a great one for here if it'll snap. Here. Now snap. There we are. Then we can do an angled one like that. Make this one a unique shaped building for these. In fact, I'm going to clean up all of my floors here that I just placed down in order to place down some different shapes here. Just want that last corner. Here we go, corner cap. Wait, that's the outside cap. That goes here. So maybe we can't have 2 of those angled pieces. Maybe we'll go with just the one. Yeah, that'll give our barracks building some unique character. I wonder, though, this would have had to have been some kind of administrative building that had been built before the war. I think this would be too permanent of a structure for the Minutemen to have created. With all this brick. There's our angles. And we should have a wooden corner piece for that side. Wait, do we have wood for all of this? Oh yeah, we do. Actually, guys, let's get rid of this concrete, which I've now placed twice. Let's use the wood. I think that looks better. Minus the change of direction on the wood planks halfway through the room. What flooring god did that, right? So yeah, this might have been an administration building that was supposed to be a bit more permanent than the temporary trailers down here. Not sure why you would actually build this beyond just hubris, just because you could. But it sounds like something a rich quarry owner might do. Build a unnecessary brick administration building on the edge of his own quarry. How is this gonna work? We got one triangle piece there, and then one more here, I think. Oh, and we are gonna have to place concrete on the outside here, just because we're gonna have that gap that you guys can see underneath there if we don't. That's no problem though. We'll just go through like this with a few edging pieces. One thing that helps make a build look good, guys, is don't leave any weird gaps. Just take the time to, you know, go through and check for holes like that one right there. Then you have the added bonus where Joel can't call you on it during a final tour. So that's the former pre-war administration building. Pretty solid looking. Which is going to be my Minutemen barracks. Wow, that was quite a hop. I'm going through a list of ideas, guys, for what else I want here, so if you've made it to the end of the video, this is probably going to be a long one, go ahead and toss your ideas now, early on, into the comments, and some of them might end up in the final build. I do have quite a few ideas for this place and how it's going to connect with both my Bedford Station settlement, my build at Sanctuary, and the rest of my Minutemen Empire. For now, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying the new channel branding, and again, if you haven't checked it out yet, go check out the RangerDave short film, and you might be all set for any future RangerDave Easter eggs. See you guys.